Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary Direct from our assignment desk, otherwise known as my Compost Heap. Let's see the stories we're working on. Well, Luis Vega is working on fulfilling the promise of the state's recreational cannabis use law that we passed 2 years ago, which has not lived up to its promise. It was supposed to not just make money for greedy corporations and marketers. It was also supposed to help people who were victims of the drug war. People like Luis Vega, otherwise known as Uncle Lou to listeners of WNHH's Cannabis Corner. He served time in prison for selling weed. Now he's selling it legally, and he's hiring other people who serve time to work for him. He got to open the city's third dispensary at 63 Amity Road. And I got the shirt, Nautilus Botanicals. Luis even gives out free coloring books to people who buy his product. Please color while you are high. Welcome to the creative class. Well, it's legal to go to the pot store now and buy whatever you want. Eggs are another matter, so psst. Sell you a Lucy on the side. Doing that at some stores. They're selling Lucy's because under Trump, now that he's president, eggs are going through the roof. Who knows? They might soon be $10 or $15 a dozen. And that's especially bad for people who feed the poor. Like think of Connecticut Food Share. They supply our soup kitchens and food banks. And they just got hit by a Trump administration freeze for $800,000 they were counting on, which can even still buy some eggs. And now they don't have it. There are other grants also being frozen. And now there are food stamp cuts looming. Not good. Get the eggs while you can. You might be able to use some of these quarters. I'll hit them out because they just proposed a new city budget that, if approved, will raise taxes 2.3%. Now, to be honest, I don't think that's anything to complain about. Costs go up. People got paid more. Yale takes properties off the roll. 2.3% is not a large tax hike. But just for context, I want to remind people that in the 2019 mayoral election, the person who won was asked repeatedly, what are we going to do about the high taxes? Because of an unfair tax system, we have high taxes here. And Yale owning so much property that's taken off the rolls. The answer was, we got to make Yale pay more, we got to have the state give more payments in lieu of taxes, and we got to promote the building boom that's going to create more tax revenue for all these people making a killing on luxury properties in town. Well, all three happened and more. Yale gave more money, the state gave more money than we thought they would, and the boom's gone crazy. People from all over the world are making a killing on New Haven real estate. The taxes are still going up. Well, we're holding strong as a sanctuary city. I got my sanctuary kitchen apron together. That this week, 11 other cities and communities in the country have joined New Haven, Portland, and San Francisco in the lawsuit we took the lead on to fight against the Trump administration's unconstitutional order that would take money away, federal money, unrelated federal money away from cities like us, if we have a sanctuary policy that basically says we're not going to put the lives of our residents in danger and try to carry out federal immigration enforcement in these cruel raids rather than trying to do law enforcement in our own city. What's interesting is none of the 11 cities are from the East Coast. They started out on the West Coast, and now the ones that joined included Minneapolis and St. Paul. But on the East Coast, even though there are cities and states that have rules like ours, sanctuary city policies, they're scared to join. They think they're going to stay out of the line of fire if they don't stand up for what's right. What's interesting to me about that is that they're not only wrong morally, they're wrong strategically. Trump's thugs are coming for everybody. They have a quota now, so they say they're going after criminals. They're going after anyone they think they can get, even if they show up as expected in court for proceedings. So if we just give up before we start, we lose the battle. You got to stand strong. Well, I'll get my bike helmet back on if I ever get my butt back on a bike. And I went to Wexler Grant School this week where all these second graders had their bike helmets on. They also were doing their hand signals. They even learned their ABCs to check their air pressure, their brakes, and their chains before they started riding, to teach elementary schools, second graders, bike safety. It's going to go to 4 more schools this spring, and it's going to go citywide next year. Way to go. Make the city healthier, cleaner, a new generation of riders not relying on cars. Melvin was one of the kids who was especially good at it. They did a demonstration. He was second grader. He was passing everybody. Melvin was forgetting to ring his bell when he went by everyone, and the teacher had to remind him. Way to go, Melvin. Good riding. Remember to use that bell. Let's keep our helmets on. Let's keep fighting strong against the thugs in Washington. And until next time, this is New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary. Remember, always pick up your trash to recycle it while we still can.